Welcome to Florida Man on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the crazy but true stories that always seem to take place in Florida. What's happening?
Hey guys, sorry. Did y'all start? Those guys from the This American Life podcast, they let the air out of your tires.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yeah, I mean, luckily my car still had air, but they saved the worst for me. They put this hate note under my windshield wiper. Check this out. It's so hateful.
What's happening? Hold on, yeah, I'm confused. Slow down. What's happening?
There was a note under my windshield wiper.
Okay,
for those that can't see, Josh just ran in here
he's sweaty.
But
during the intro.
All the
So
air is
sweaty.
out of your tires.
The guys from the This American Life podcast flattened whose tires?
Y'all's tires.
Cameron and mine and Greg.
Yeah, because, but I got the worst because there's a hate note
Oh, Jesus.
under mine. I read it while running in. Hey, Florida Men on Florida Man. This is Ira Glass, the host of This American Life podcast.
That guy.
You guys
the
suck.
Ira Glass.
The Ira Glass, not Hourglass.
Just
the joke
Ira.
would go. You guys suck. You can never pull together as one and revenge us. That is why you suck. You'll never be a great podcast. Sure, you guys each have personal success in male modeling and on your TV show a few years ago. But as of recently, you suck. Everybody thinks so. Your podcast will never be successful. Prove us wrong if you dare. And then signed Ira Glass.
That's super intense. So now
They punked us, guys. They punked us good.
Man, I feel like I've heard that. I don't know.
the whole scenario sounds
it
familiar.
sounds familiar.
This is egregious. It's egregious.
It 100% is
Yeah,
egregious.
we need to text him.
Yeah. Who's got his number?
I don't even own a cell phone.
You
I'll
don't know
send
himself?
him a tweet
All right.
and say, "Hey, man, got your hate note
Yep.
and
And the air out of your tires.
the air out of my tires."
Luckily, I could probably contact someone and fill them up.
We're good, Christian.
I've
man.
got one of those little pumpers that you pump up the football with.
I don't think that's gonna.
Is that gonna work?
Yeah.
Blow
Wow.
up balloon animals with?
Greg, will you add a sound effect of air being pumped in? Nice. Thanks, Greg.
That's a good one.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Do we have any interesting headlines?
Yeah, we do actually have
Probably not.
some pretty good ones.
It better be happy because I'm pretty upset after that hate mail.
All right, 73-year-old woman.
This is not gonna be drug related, I assume.
Well, she's 73. What else is she gonna do?
73-year-olds don't do drugs.
73-year-old woman out of Polk County, Florida.
There it is.
Oh, that's
been
right
there?
dead in the middle of the state.
Yeah.
They've got that sheriff,
Yep. J.D. Grudd.
J.D. Grudd. He once said, "We stopped shooting because we ran out of bullets." Y'all know that?
That's a
I mean,
pretty
why
practical
else would you
statement.
say?
Yeah.
All right, so 73-year-old woman out of Polk County, Florida, was doing some meth.
Oh, okay. She was doing drugs.
Oh, 73? Don't you think that's a habit to break by that age?
She watching The View, doing some meth,
You call back.
normal, morning things.
Right.
But she got worried. She thought that, there was something maybe off about her meth.
Oh, probably fentanyl. 'Cause that's
yeah.
serious stuff.
So she was uncertain about it. So she wanted to get it checked to make sure, hey, do I have quality grade meth?
Where do you take that stuff, though?
To the meth tester.
Who's the meth tester in Polk County?
Joe.
That'd be Judd. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I think
she
that's a
didn't
misstep.
take it to him. She decided to take her meth to her doctor
Okay.
Oh,
and get it tested.
She's responsible enough to have a GP?
She does have a doctor, a Complete Care Family Medicine Associates. So she took her product, is what they called it,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
it came back positive for meth.
well, that's good.
That's good.
That's what she wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got to leave, go home, and take
Oh, yeah.
her meth.
She definitely got
Take,
to leave
take her meth.
take her
in the
meth.
back of a police car.
Oh, well,
Went to Polk County Jail.
No,
Oh,
jeez.
well, no, they went the wrong direction.
Profiling.
2 counts of possession of meth and 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia.
Did she try to say it's not mine? Because that probably didn't work.
She was like, I'm getting this tested for a friend. A friend of mine wants to take some meth.
I found it in my pocket.
He was wondering if this is good meth or is it dangerous meth.
Yep. I'm just here to ask.
And her
So-
doctor was like, I'm calling the cops.
You guys want another headline?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
This
I mean, it
is
is
Florida,
Florida.
Man on Florida Man, so yeah.
So Land O'Lakes.
That sounds like a made up.
Ever been there?
Yeah. No, that's a butter, I believe.
Land
Yeah.
O'Lakes butter.
Yeah.
Yep.
This man was released from jail.
Okay.
Walks out of jail. He was arrested originally for Grand Theft Auto.
That's fun.
Oh, that's a video game.
I
Yeah.
love that game.
So he was arrested for theft of an automobile,
Thank you for breaking it down to us.
went to jail,
Law expert.
not to be confused. He did go to jail. He was released. He walked out to the parking lot and proceeded to try to steal another vehicle.
Unsuccessful.
You have to get home though.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk
That's
home.
the thing about our legal system and
Yeah.
our judicial system.
Yeah.
And our baccalaureate system.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. There's no ride home.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
You get arrested for needing a ride home.
Yeah.
They let you out and they don't give you a ride home.
You think there's public transport next to the jail?
No.
Yeah. I mean,
You're saying, yeah, there is. Okay.
Yeah, I do think there is.
Wow. We have a.
This car was on. It was running. Why would you not think that you could get it in and go?
Amen.
How long had he been in prison?
A bit.
Maybe he thought laws had changed.
Okay.
He thought the new
I don't think it was that long.
progressive society just,
Total Recall or the other one, Demolition Man.
yeah, it's like snooze you lose. If you leave your car running, I can has it.
Okay, so the laws have changed to snooze you lose.
Right.
Okay.
So-
is it only in vehicles?
Yeah.
Snooze you lose?
Yeah, only vehicles.
I love it.
The vehicle that he tried to steal
Don't say cop car.
was running
Okay.
with a cop inside.
Oh my.
Okay.
An off-duty deputy was inside. They were there to take a class at the jail.
Oh
which,
my gosh.
I mean, math class. I don't know what kind of class
You're thinking
take
of
at jail.
you're thinking of a
That's-
meth class.
That's the direction you're going. Class.
I mean, maybe they had a really good professor that might have been in jail at the time.
I thought you were going to say there was a 74-year-old meth head in the car,
Well, that's just a
and
given.
she was going to the doctor's office.
Yeah.
When is there not a 74-year-old meth head in your car?
God, in Polk County?
Yeah, call back to Polk County. Isn't that the meth capital
Uh-huh.
of at least
Of the Milky Way, I believe.
of the Milky Way? Right?
Yeah, I'll take a Milky
I think
Way.
so.
Did I make that up?
Call back to our sponsor, Milky Way. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For the fun size. Feel free to send us full size, as of we can't split one fun size between three of us.
And call back to Jeffrey the meth head.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah, that's an episode that hasn't aired yet, but also he's a sponsor.
Oh, Jeffrey the Meth Head.
Yeah.
I think we can get better sponsors than that.
Well, right now we're still struggling. We haven't had a lot of success.
Visit our Patreon at Jeffrey the Meth Head.
Yeah, we're getting discouraged by Ira House, whatever his name is,
Not even close.
writing hate mail,
Let's continue.
slashing our tires.
Can we get back to the topic here, fellas?
Yeah, what's the topic?
I've got a story to tell you. Wayne, will you start
Yeah, I'll start it.
and finish?
Okay,
Thanks.
I'll start it. I'll finish it, and then I'll pass it off to you.
Appreciate that.
Okay. So this is a Florida man by the name of John Maeder. Not to be confused with John Mayer.
Tomater.
John
Cameron,
Maeder.
you're a big John Mayer fan. Can you
Yeah.
sing us?
Here it comes.
Fathers, be good to your daughters.
That's you're invoking Garth Brooks or Clint Black?
Garth Brooks.
No, that was John Maeder.
His
Maeder.
tour's coming to Florida. Did you guys know that? Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks is?
I call him G.
Oh, I call
GB?
him Arth.
Arth?
Yeah.
Okay. So John Maeder was born June 17th, 1925 in Mount Vernon, New York. Don't hold it against him. He did make it to Florida eventually.
Hopefully in his 20s, because that's when I would go.
Close. It was his 20s.
No.
Yeah. That's when he came to Florida.
Mark me down. Mark me down, Greg.
And he ended up in New Smyrna Beach.
Never been there.
You probably know it as NSB.
Uh-huh.
It stands for New Smyrna Beach. That's where he ended up.
Okay.
And he's one of those situations
What
where
year is this?
it's, well, at this point, it's in the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, the 50s were the prime time to be alive. Big cars, big women.
That's right. You always say that. He loves both.
Anytime the number 5 comes up, I go, 5? The 50s, man.
Keeping me alive.
Big cars.
Big Five, keeping me alive.
Big women.
He always said that.
Big 5.
The riffing and the tearing.
Let's talk about the 50s. Amen.
So he shows up in the Big Five,
Yep.
New Smyrna Beach, and he's kind of the outsider, right? He's from New York.
What a time to be alive,
He's a
guys.
big
the
timer.
50s, big cars, big women.
Every time. I got to avoid that decade now.
Yeah.
So he shows up in the 60s
Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
in New Smyrna Beach. And he's the outsider, right? The locals are going, okay, there's this new guy. He's probably on vacation. And I should add, New Smyrna Beach is kind of a small town vibe at this point.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
our sponsor,
Yeah.
Stephen King, The Outsider, his new book. Check it out on audible.com. Audible, bringing books to life. Audible. Thanks again for our sponsor. Take it back away, Wayne. Go ahead.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We appreciate our sponsors so much. So far, we've been sponsored by Meth, Stephen King,
Yep. Audible.com,
and Audible.com.
where books come to life.
And and the candy bar. What was the candy bar?
Milky Way,
Milky Way.
fun size.
So he's an outsider, living in New Smyrna Beach, small town vibe. And, at first they thought he was on vacation because it wasn't very populated. And so he's this new guy. But he stuck around for a bit. And then they were like, okay, well, I guess he's new here. Let's make him feel welcome. Let's talk to him. Let's include him. And he doesn't really want any of that. John Maeder, he was a just kind of personal guy. He didn't he didn't want anybody talking to him. And
Private guy.
Private guy. Yeah, he wasn't personal.
Impersonal.
Yeah, there you go. And so
I
he
know
would-
my adjectives.
You do. And he would go downtown and people would be like, hey, nice to meet you. How are you doing? And John he wouldn't say anything to him at all. Yeah. It's the 60s.
I know.
Yeah.
60s. What a time to be alive, guys.
No, the 50s. It's not the 50s.
Okay, sorry.
It's the 60s. And so eventually people kind of got used to it and they were just like, okay, this is how he does things. But then John kind of threw a wrench in everybody's conversation by purchasing 127 acres
Oh,
in New Smyrna. That's not a big city, right?
no. Is this
That's about the
beachfront?
size of the city, right?
I thought so. I don't have the numbers on that. Jeff, what's his name? Greg. Yeah, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff is host number 5.
Sorry.
It's offensive.
Greg can look it up. Greg, I'm sorry.
He's got a name tag that says, hello, my name's Greg.
I know. I'm sorry, Greg. But the city is small itself, so he's bought a huge chunk of it.
Oh, okay.
And so at that point in time,
Well, as long as he keeps it so people can still do their business and get to their normal destinations.
that's exactly what he doesn't do. He closed it off and
Okay,
he
geez.
started building a house, but not just any house. This wasn't like a beach cabin.
127-acre house?
No,
Oh, my
close.
gosh.
6,000 square feet of house and 4
Little
stories.
small.
4 stories.
4 stories.
Now it's almost as big as our studio. It's
What's 6,000 divided by 4?
Greg,
beep boop beep boop. All right.
1,300?
1,500.
1,500?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dang,
we could live in
that's
that.
it. Yeah, I was close.
It's super embarrassing. It took us that long to get that answer.
1,500. Well, the computer's running slow. I think
We didn't update.
recordapodcast.com is really
Yeah.
We're still Windows
It's dragging
98.
everything down.
bogging it.
So he starts building this massive house, which leads to even more questions,
Yeah.
right? So now you've got the town going, okay, we don't really know who you are. You won't participate in town hall meetings. You're not hanging out at parties. You're just keeping to yourself, building this massive house on your massive piece of property.
Wow, the nerve.
And so,
Keeping to
right,
himself, buying his own land, building his own house,
Yep.
and keeping to himself.
punishing success.
The nerve of some private individuals.
Well, here's the situation. They weren't getting answers from John Maeder, so they went to the construction crew. And guess what? The construction crew was not from New Smyrna or the area at all.
Oh, so he didn't hire local guys?
No, he brings in outside guys to build, on this massive property, and he gives them basically a gag order. They can't say anything.
Uh-huh.
So it's one thing to keep to yourself. It's another thing to kind of shut down, I think, all information.
Yep.
So they reached out to the press.
Yeah.
He refuses all interviews from local press, from statewide press. He's not talking to anybody. He takes it a step further, and John Maeder blocks off all the access roads to his property. So those giant sewage pipes, the concrete ones that you see?
They used to play in as a kid.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
You scrape your knee bows up.
That's not a thing, but
Yeah,
it's the things I bet you won't go all the way through this.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what he used to block the roads with.
Uh-huh.
And then he also...
Scraped a lot of Nebos.
Yeah.
What? Is this a term that both of you guys know?
Knee bows is pretty common. It's the opposite of your elbows, is your knee bows.
Well, news to me. I always called it, me and my doctors for parents always called it patellas.
No.
So, my patella has scraped, Father. I have lacerated it. That's how we would communicate.
And you grew up in a 6,000 square foot beach home, didn't you?
Well, talk to my doctor friend, Dr. Maeder.
Okay, I will. So he also puts up a 6-foot fence.
Oh, that's easy. I could scale that with a ladder.
Easy breezy. Covers his entire property in a 6-foot fence.
That was a joke, guys.
After blocking off the access roads.
Thanks.
We know you can climb fences. We've seen it.
I said a ladder. That was the haha.
No, he won't even go into the gate at his house. He jumps the fence when he gets home from work. He just hops it and goes, still got it.
Still got it, boys.
Every day.
Drag this ladder across.
Yeah. So he closes off the property. He won't allow the construction crew, who's from another town,
To leave?
to discuss anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how they got out.
I think so they signed a NDT, a no don't tell.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're thinking of don't ask, don't tell.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
This guy, at least he hired diversified.
He definitely did. So after all this is reaching kind of a fever pitch, people want to know what's going on. John Maeder dies. Freak accident.
Wait, he's dead already?
Yeah, the
We
story,
just got
We're
started.
16
know,
minutes into the episode.
It's a very depressing story, guys.
Well, I hope there's a lot more.
So he closes off all access to his property, doesn't talk to anybody,
Yeah.
Right.
and then dies.
And
Is the house done at this point, or is the house still being built?
The house is done, but he doesn't just die. Like, he doesn't fall over from a heart attack. He's driving a tractor on the beach.
he's working this land. I thought he was independently wealthy.
Yeah, what is he planting on the beach?
I think he's just driving it for fun.
Oh, okay. Well,
Rich
very
guys.
braggadocio of him.
Yeah,
Not only do I have this house, but I can afford a tractor.
right. He flips the tractor.
Oh,
Tractor rolls over on top of him.
like he's one of those Nitro Circus guys.
Yeah, crushes the skull.
Oh, not
wow.
one of those Nitro Circus
no.
guys.
So at this point in time, the police come in. They investigate. They rule it an accident.
Oh, that's nice.
They fly John Maeder's body back to New York,
Mount
where he's
Vernon,
from.
New
Yeah,
York.
originally.
Yep.
And they have his funeral. Well, this little tidbit of information leaks out after the funeral. The police department very casually announces that under his body, they discovered a nickel-plated pistol.
Wow.
Very
Couldn't
expensive.
splurge for the silver, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no. But still, an expensive pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 4 rounds that had been expelled, shot from the gun. Empty casings were found.
Recently. Oh, yeah, because you don't go around with.
Right. He's just defending himself against the tractor.
Or something. Maybe,
Tractor trying to kill him.
he had no bullet wounds.
Okay.
And so this guy's out on the beach driving a tractor, shooting at something or someone.
Yeah.
Seagulls.
And next thing you
maybe.
know,
Seagulls.
tractor
Seagulls,
flips.
starfish.
Sharks.
Sharks, yeah.
Why would you shoot a shark?
Have you seen the sharks in Florida?
No, but I did see the Meg.
That was a great movie. It's 5 out of 10.
Not so much.
The Meg. What's the Meg?
The one with that giant shark.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't watch shark movies, guys.
Topical.
Yeah, I only watch doctor movies since my parents are both doctors.
That's it. What are the Nebos called again?
Patellas.
Stay informed.
Stay informed.
So when the locals find out that he's passed away, half of them kind of feel guilty. They felt like they pressed him a little too hard for information.
I bet the guy that sold him a tractor felt real guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, geez, I'd like to be part of this poll. How do you feel about old Dr. Maeder, Mr. Maeder?
Old John Maeder passing away.
Old John Maeder. Oh, I actually feel pretty guilty.
I feel bad that we didn't invite him more often to parties.
What did they sound like back in the 60s, Cam?
Mr.
had
Mr.
emphysema.
Maeder. The old man on the hill.
Everybody was 80.
Yeah.
Doing meth.
This is Florida, New Smyrna Beach.
Yeah, 100%. So now the guy's gone. John Maeder is gone. Everyone's like, let's get to that house. What's that guy hiding?
Yeah.
Is this like a mob situation?
I would bum rush that house so quick.
Hey, well, check this out.
Nothing could keep me away.
Would you be interested in a list of things found on the house?
On the house, I guarantee you probably a door.
Well, there's a door,
Maybe a couple
Probably
windows.
a couple windows.
Yep.
But according to the Orlando Sentinel,
Break it down for us.
the house was revealed to have concrete walls 10 inches thick and reinforced with steel.
Okay.
The windows were double paned.
That's against hurricanes. That's for hurricanes.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
probably
That checks
insulation.
out.
I mean, the sun here really gets bad. So
Right,
you got to
exactly.
insulate. What's a better insulator than concrete?
No
Cameron.
one. Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
Concrete and steel.
Concrete and steel.
The windows were double paned, bulletproof glass, and the doors were armor plated.
Do you have your now question, guys? Just a question about design.
Okay.
If you've got a 10-inch wide wall,
Yeah.
do you have your double pane window closest to you on the 10 inches or farthest for you? So do you have a ledge on the inside of your house for candles and stuff? Or do you have a ledge on the outside? Or do you have it halfway?
Huh.
I am a candle guy, so
I have 10-inch thick windows.
10-inch thick
Wow.
double pane windows.
Yeah.
That's a lot of glass.
So
that is a lot of glass.
I don't know what you poor folks are doing.
Do you raise those windows up? Because that's got to equal like a lot of weight.
No, I never open the windows.
Oh,
But I hate
No
ledges.
strength.
no strength.
Yeah, but you seen these arms?
Yeah. Noodles.
Noodle boy. That's what they called me in high school.
NB.
NB. All NB. So the windows were double pane, bulletproof glass, and the doors were armor plated. There was a rooftop heliport that no one knew existed.
Heliport or helipad?
Well, basically, a heliport is a flat area with a helipad on it.
Okay.
You're thinking
There
teleport.
we go.
Yeah.
Telepad.
Here's the catch.
Anything that you spray paint an H on is a helipad.
Technically.
But for it to be a heliport,
especially hospitals.
it's got to have an entrance.
If you have a helicopter small enough.
Yeah.
But this helipad had fittings for cannons.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Cannons.
Yeah.
So, cannons on the helipad or cannons on the helicopter?
I don't think they were on the helicopter. I think they were on the helipad. But we're talking old school cannons. Like
Pirates of the Caribbean cannons.
Relics.
yeah, St.
antiques,
Augustine on the fort, fire cannon at your ship.
derelicts.
Yeah.
So we had candles in the windows,
Oh, yeah.
cannons on the roof.
Yep. He had wall mounts for machine guns and an underground shooting range on the first floor. Or beneath the first floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were testing us, huh?
Yeah. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
That's just on the outside, right? On the inside, officials discovered thousands of rounds of ammunition, including anti-aircraft shells.
I mean, I would assume for the news people that were coming around trying to get stories.
Yeah, I told you once.
Very private guy.
Stop bothering me.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot a cannonball at you.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Tell me once, shame on me.
Yeah.
Tell me twice. Cannonball free.
Cannonball free.
Yep.
And I've always said that. Everyone that I know, they always say that as well.
Cannonball free.
But here's the thing. So, you know, John Maeder himself, he's not too much of an interesting fellow because we don't know a lot about him. Mm-hmm. But because of the mystery, we now know that people are filling in the gaps, and they're calling this house the Mafia house. That's what they still call it present day.
Okay.
They just assume he's from New York.
I mean, you
He's got a ton of money.
have tons of guns, have tons of ammunition. You can't. I mean, that doesn't automatically make you mafia.
It means you're a collector.
That's just a little.
It just means you're a
Being from
collector.
New York, that's stereotyping.
Yeah, you're just
Big time.
You're just a guy that likes to have good times on the beach.
Yep.
You know, we talked about that a couple episodes ago, right? What's in your beach bag?
Yeah,
What's in your beach bag? Yeah.
Yep, bullets.
Uh-huh.
Naturally.
cannons,
Yep.
Cannons. Lotion if you scrape your kneebos.
helipads for
No,
my
guys.
drones.
No.
Yeah.
Nebos is not going to...
Yeah.
No. Nebos is not going to take off. Stop.
So the Mafia house still stands in New Smyrna Beach, and now it's become it's a tourist attraction. But what's interesting is, up until recently, the Mafia house was just a nickname they gave because of the assumed association that John Maeder had, being from New York. Maybe he's from the Mafia and all this stuff. However, 2 years ago, they discovered there's a property nearby in the same town, 2 blocks over,
2 blocks.
that at first was owned by, they thought it was an anonymous kind of beneficiary person. They realized 2 years ago it was bought and paid for by Al Capone. And the
Heard
house
of him.
built on the
Yep.
property was for one of his mistresses. And it would have fit the time frame that John Maeder showed up, built his home with all of his defenses and anti-aircraft missiles and all
So
that jazz.
was John Maeder one of his mistresses as well?
It could have been.
Wow. The
Whoa,
ultimate
by
mistress.
curious.
But the favorite one, he just got the bigger house.
That's it. He got the bigger
Well,
house and
look at
was
it.
super jelly when everybody was asking all those questions.
Yeah, I mean,
This sounds like an open and shut case, guys.
he's stocked up to defend himself against the other mistresses.
Have y'all let the police know at New Smyrna?
Well, here's the thing: the citizens currently, if you poll them, which I guess they do yearly,
Yeah.
yearly, the question comes up about the Mafia house. A good portion of them believe it was actually a CIA operation
I wouldn't doubt that.
that had to do with the Cuban Missile Crisis and
Oh.
that whole time frame, and it was a contentious time. But
Yeah, if Cuba shoots nukes at us,
we got
we
cannons.
hit them back with cannons.
We got John Maeder and his cannons to fire back at him. Stick around if your Nebos can handle it.
Oh,
I'm
guys.
sorry. I want it to work.
It's not.
Why won't it work?
It's plateau or patella.
Well, let's quiz the room. Okay. CIA, Mafia, or something else. We're starting with Cameron. What do you think John Maeder was?
Oh,
Say it in
John
a
Maeder.
voice.
I think John Maeder
Say
was
it in a voice to make us laugh.
John Maeder. John Maeder was a fantastic fella.
Okay.
All right.
What was the question?
Liked his defensive position.
Do you think he was
Like to be
CIA or
safe.
Mafia?
Oh, that was a question?
Yeah.
It is now, jerk.
John Maeder was definitely in the Mafia.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with Cameron, Mafia. 2 Mafia. Waiting on Greg. Waiting on Josh. Mafia or CIA, Greg?
Greg obviously has to be yes or no because
Yeah. He's got a sore throat. Had one for a couple months now. All right. So Greg says CIA. And it's up to you, Josh. Are you going to tie the game?
I say CIA if it's here.
Tie game.
Wow.
2 CIA, 2 FBI. Well, I have a quote here.
Case closed.
Well, check this out.
No quote needed. Case closed.
I'm going to say it anyways. I've already got it loaded up. Dan Silvestri, his family bought the Mafia house.
Okay.
And they built condominiums around it.
What did they find?
Well, they didn't find anything interesting.
Well, sounds
but they
good.
did
Case closed.
say when they wanted to install a new window in the front, it took them a solid 10 days to cut a hole big enough for an oceanfront
they using a
window
spoon?
on the property.
Yeah. What are they using?
They're thick reinforced walls. Reinforced walls.
What are they resourced
Take
with?
one of them cannons down there.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah. I'm ready for a trip to New Smyrna.
Obviously, the old Silversteins aren't real good with their construction, huh? They must
No,
not
they
have
don't know what they're doing.
hired a team from
You're
town.
thinking of Silverstein, the children's author.
I'm thinking that's Berenstein.
Berenstein. Is it Berenstein or Berenstein?
Yeah, Shel Berenstein.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Is it Berenstein or Berenstein?
I'm not going to... One poll per show.
Yeah.
Next episode, Berenstein or Berenstein.
That's a whole callback thing.
Tune in to find out.
That's a big quiz.
That's
Have
gonna
y'all
be a
heard
big
about that,
deal.
guys? Y'all heard about that?
What, the big quiz?
No, the big
Oh,
thing.
I have heard that.
Yeah. Is it Berenstein? I don't want to get us going. I don't want to get you too intrigued.
Next episode,
Stay tuned.
a teaser. All right, guys. It's been a good week.
Been a great week.
You know what that
here
means?
In Florida, because we are Florida men
That's it.
on Florida Man.